Hello students, today in this lecture of calorimetry we will do numericals on the principle of calorimetry. In the previous lecture we have done some numericals on the formula Q equals to M into C into delta T. Now we will do the numericals on the principle of calorimetry, according to which if two heated bodies are kept in contact and no heat is lost to the surrounding, if there is no loss of heat to the surroundings, then heat lost by heated body will be equal to the heat gained by cold body. Heat gained by cold body. So you can see some questions. Here one question is, you can note down. I will speak and then note down. A bucket contains 8 kg of water at 25 degrees Celsius. Here I am writing the main point. Bucket is containing 8 kg of water at 25 degrees Celsius. 2 kg of water at 80 degrees Celsius is poured into it. We pour 2 kg of water which is at 80 degrees Celsius. It's clear? Neglecting the heat energy absorbed by bucket means the heat capacity of bucket we have taken 0. It absorbs nothing. Without absorbing, its temperature is rising. It's clear? So here we have assumed that it is absorbing no amount of heat energy. Neglecting the heat energy absorbed by bucket, calculate the final temperature. Final temperature. So see here you can see. Here you can see that the water which is in the bucket is at smaller temperature, and the water which is poured it is at higher temperature. When both will mix, what will happen? Heat energy will flow from this water to this water. It's clear? It will lose the heat energy and it will gain the heat energy. Its temperature will rise and its temperature will fall. So see here, from principle of calorimetry, here that you can write, since the water which is in the bucket is at the low temperature while the water which is poured is at higher temperature, therefore the water which is poured will lose the heat energy and water which is in the bucket will gain the heat energy. Let the final temperature is theta. Let final temperature is theta. So see here you can see, since it is gaining the heat energy, therefore theta will be greater than 25 degrees Celsius. But it will be less than 80 degrees Celsius. It will be less than 80 degrees Celsius. So what is the change in temperature? Initially it was 25, finally it has become theta. So theta minus 25 will be delta T here. It's clear. What will be delta T here? Its temperature decreases from 80 degrees Celsius to the theta. It's clear. So what will be delta T? 80 minus theta. So from principle of calorimetry, heat lost equals to heat gain. Heat lost by cold water equals to heat gained by bucket water. Bucket water. It's clear. Heat lost equals to heat gain. Now you can see here, what is the formula of heat lost, heat gained? So as you know that there is only one formula, Q equals to M into C into delta T. It's clear. Then one formula of heat capacity. Heat capacity equals to Q upon delta T equals to M into C. Mass into SHC. So you can see here, what is the heat lost by cold water? M is what? 2. C, you can take C will be same in both the cases because both are water. One is hot water, other is cold water. We can say cold water this because this is at a smaller temperature. So we will write C only, no need to write the value. And if the value is given, so you can write 4200 because value of C is 4200 joule per kg per Kelvin. It's clear. Delta T is 80 minus theta equals to what is M into C into delta T here. M is 8, C delta T is theta minus 25. When you will simplify, C and C will be cancelled. So this is equals to how much? 160 R3. First cancel. You can see here, when you will cancel, 2 1 ja 2 here, and here 2 4 ja 8. So here you will get 80 minus theta equals to 4 theta minus 100. So it will be equal to 5 theta equals to 180. So theta equals to 36 degrees Celsius. Theta equals to 36 degrees Celsius. It's clear. So this is one question. Now you see one more question, and you note down the question also. That's why I am speaking. So this way you will apply the principle of calorimetry, and it is necessary to mention principle of calorimetry. It's clear. Now see here next question, that also I will read so you can note. It's clear. A hot iron ball of mass 0.2 kg, hot iron ball of mass 0.2 kg is added into 0.5 kg of water at 10 degrees Celsius. This is 0.5 kg at 10 degrees Celsius. This hot iron ball of mass 0.2 kg is added into water which is 0.5 kg and temperature 10 degrees Celsius. The resulting temperature is given 30 degrees Celsius. Calculate the temperature of the hot iron ball. Means its temperature you have to determine. What is its initial temperature, that you have to determine. SHC of iron, it is given 336 joule per kg per Kelvin, and SHC of water is given 4.2 into 10 to the power 3 joule per kg per Kelvin. It's clear. Now you can see here. First you check the value of the mass at both the places. It should be in kg. Here it is in kg. This SHC is also in kg. Here it is in kg. SHC is also in kg. If there is a unit difference, then you have to make the unit same. It's clear. Now here it is given. You can see this is hot iron ball and that is water at 10 degrees Celsius. So in the question it is very clear that this is at higher temperature. This is at higher temperature. From the other way, how will you reduce? You can see here its temperature what 10 degrees Celsius and it is increased to 30 degrees Celsius. Finally, this means it has gained the heat energy. Means it has lost the heat energy. It's clear. It has lost the heat energy. Let the temperature of hot iron ball equals to theta. So its initial temperature is theta, losing the heat. Therefore, what will be delta T for this? Theta minus 30. Then here it is gaining the heat energy. Initial was 10, final has become 30. So 30 minus 10, that is equals to 20. It's clear, 20 degrees Celsius. That you can write this way. Now from principle of calorimetry, this thing you can write that a hot iron ball will lose the heat energy and water will gain the heat energy. So from principle of calorimetry, this statement is very necessary It's clear. This you have to write. Don't write directly the step. Principle of calorimetry. Heat lost by hot iron bar equals to heat gained by water. Heat gained by water. Now heat lost by hot iron bar, M into C into delta T. M is 0.2. C is given how much? 336. Delta T already you know, theta minus 30. Here heat gained, it is 0. M into C into delta T. M is how much? 0.5. C for water is 4.2 into 10 to the power 3 into change in temperature, delta T is 20. So you simplify. When you simplify, it will become 2 6 12 1 67.2 theta minus 30 equals to, when you will do this, 2.1 into 10 to the power 3 into 20. So when you will simplify further, 2.1 into 20, it is 42. 42 into 10 to the power 3. It's clear? So after that, you can do this 67.2 theta minus, when you will multiply 3 2 just 6, 3 7 ja 121 2 equals to 4 to this. So this way you can determine theta. It's clear? So that further calculation I will not do, you do by your own. It's clear? Then you see some more question here. Here I am taking one more question. But you try to solve these questions by your own. It's clear? Students find difficulty in solving the questions of calorimetry, though its concept is very simple. If you analyze the question logically, you will find it very simple. It's clear, nothing difficult. And in the board examination, very simple questions are asked. It's clear, which I have done here. It's clear. So you try to solve all the questions by your own. If you are getting difficulty, then you tell to me, I will try to resolve those difficulties. And in board examination, surely you will get one question, even this year also. One numerical you will get from this. And 10 marks questions are asked from this chapter, from calorimetry. Now you can note the question number, you can see here. A metal piece of mass 20 gram. Metal piece of mass 20 gram. Its mass is given 20 gram. Is heated to a constant temperature of 100 degrees Celsius. Means it is heated up to 100 degrees Celsius. Then it is added in a calorimeter of mass. It is added in a calorimeter of mass 50 gram. SHC is given 0.42 joule per gram per Kelvin. SHC is given this. It's clear. Then containing 50 gram of water. This calorimeter is containing water also. It's clear. Which is 50 gram. It's clear. At 20 degrees Celsius. So see here, both are together, therefore its temperature will also be 20. इसका भी temperature 20 होगा because they are together. It's clear. So after stirring the final temperature, the highest temperature recorded means the common temperature at which they reach, that is 22 degrees Celsius. Calculate the SHC of metal. You have to determine its SHC. It's clear. SHC you have to determine. SHC of water is given 4.2 joule per gram per Kelvin. I am reading this question. You note down so that you can note down. A metal piece of mass 20 gram is heated to a constant temperature of 100 degrees Celsius. Then it is added in a calorimeter of mass 50 gram and SHC 0.42 joule per gram per Kelvin, comma, containing 50 gram of water at 20 degrees Celsius. After stirring the water, means mixing the water, the highest temperature recorded is 22 degrees Celsius. Calculate the SHC of metal. SHC of water is given 4.2 joule per kg per Kelvin. It's clear. After stirring, you will get the common temperature. It's clear. So see here what will happen? You can see that metal piece will lose the heat energy. Why? Because it is at higher temperature. This both are at 20 degrees Celsius. So this will lose the heat and that will gain the heat. Means calorimeter will gain the heat as well as water will gain the heat. It's clear. Finally, this. So from principle of calorimetry, what will be the principle of calorimetry here? Heat lost by metal piece equals to heat lost by metal piece equals to heat gained by calorimeter and water. You can see here what is the heat lost by metal piece? M into C into delta T. M is given 20, C you have to determine delta T, 100 minus 22, initial 100, final 22. Then here there are 2, so you have to find M into C into delta T for this as well as for this. So first you write for this, M is given 50, C is given 0.42, change in temperature, initially it was 20, finally 22, so 22 minus 20. Then for water, M, C is 4.2 into 22 minus 20. So when you will simplify 50 into 0.42 into 2 plus 50 into 4.2 into, so 52 is 100, so it is equals to 42 plus it is equals to 100, that is 420. So it is equals to 462. 426, yes. Now this you simplify. So 20 into C into this will be 78 equals to 462. So what will be C? 462 20 into 78. When you will simplify, it comes out, what is the value? 0.3. Its value comes out 0.3. Now what will be the unit? Joule. Mass you have taken in grams, so per gram, per degree Celsius or per Kelvin, anything you can write. It's clear? So this is, now you see one more question, though I have explained all the type of question. So now you do the questions, remaining questions you can do by your own. It's clear? In some question it is asked find out the time. So how will you find? You first find the total energy required, and when total energy is required is known, then your total energy required divided by power will be equal to the time. It's clear? So question number 13 is of same time. So that you will do in your exercise book. This is the question number 13. I am reading. 1 kg of water is contained in a 1.25 kilowatt kettle. Calculate the time taken for the temperature of water to rise from 25 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius. So first you find out the total heat required for this. So total heat required for this will be m into c into delta T. M is given 1 kg, c is given 4.2 joule per gram per Kelvin. C is given in gram, mass is given in kg, so you convert mass in gram. So 1000 into 4.2 into delta T will be 100 minus 25. So you will find out the Q. Now power of kettle is 1.25 kilowatt. 1.25 kilowatt means 1250 watt. How will you convert kilowatt into watt? Multiplying with 1000. So what will be the time taken? Q upon P. So that way you can do. It's clear? So in the next lecture we will begin change of phase and latent heat. It's clear? Now those who have not subscribed my channel, they can subscribe. It's clear? And you can tell to ask to your friends also who are in the other schools, they can also subscribe. It's clear? If the request comes for the questions from some other book, that also I will do. And soon one parent has asked me to upload the PDF of rest of the chapters. So that also I will try to do. So thank you.